Going back to school can be an exciting time for new teachers, new classmates, and reconnecting with friends. But for some students, it causes anticipation, stress, worry, all the things that we know as anxiety. Drake Thomas for the Center for Integrative Counseling and Psychology is here to help parents help ease their kids' back to school anxiety. Anxiety is so scary for parents because you don't know how to deal with it. What do you see? What is the main reason you think children get back to school anxiety?
Man, I think there are a couple big reasons that it could be, but I think just the newness and going into the unknown. I mean, we as adults experience anxiety through just the normal things of life, right? Going to a first job for the first time, going on a first date, coming to interview here. There are some normal things that can be anxiety provoking. So it's not uncommon for a kid to feel just some nerves about going into a new school year and not knowing what's going to happen.
Well, you don't need to worry about this interview because it's just you and me.
Yes,
okay. So what are, when you see children, you mentioned a couple of them, what are 2 or 3 key anxiety producers for kids?
Yeah, I think one of the main things, and this is kind of, you can see it consistent over all of the age groups really, but acceptance.
Yeah.
Acceptance is one of the big things.
And kids can be so mean. Oh, the bullying. It's just, I can't blame the little kids.
I mean, there's just so many questions that come into it. Am I going to be able to meet friends? The lunchroom ends up being one of the most anxious situations because they come into it like, who am I going to sit with? Who's going to accept me? Who's going to allow me to be their friend? Even just teachers, which teachers are going to be friendly and which ones are going to like me? Who's going to see me and see potential, and which ones might not notice me as much?
And you just feel, when you're a parent, I know my son had some anxiety issues, and you feel helpless. You don't know what to do. It's like, what do I say? So what are some tips that you would have for, like, is it wise to gradually ease into, how do you do that?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think starting off, I think there are 3 things that kind of come to mind for parents to do to kind of ease back into that school year. The first thing is starting off with your schedule. As early as maybe 2 weeks out, start getting into that process, set an alarm a little earlier, going to bed a little bit earlier. Even when it comes to the meals, start feeding kids on the schedule that they're going to be going to school, because, I mean, we've all been hungry before, right? And you don't want the kids to experience that even at school. So giving them an opportunity to get used to what those breaks between meals, when they're going to be able to snack, all things like that are going to be useful. Also, if there are any restrictions that you're going to be putting on in terms of like devices or TV, go ahead and start implementing those now. We kind of let them go during the summer because it is summer. It's supposed to be free, but start working back into that routine early is good.
So there aren't so many changes coming at a kid all at once. The kid feels like he or she has a little bit of control over things. What about if you're sending your kid to a brand new school?
Brand new school. There are 2 things that I would really say for that one. One, I think it's important to game plan with kids. Sit down and actually have a conversation. Talk about what things they might be feeling anxious about. Talk about what their goals are, what they liked at their old school, some of the pros and cons of their old school, and see if maybe we can bring some of those pros into the new school, and then some of the things that were grow areas, see how we can change those and work on those at the next school. But for parents, one of the big things that I can say, and I can't say enough for parents, don't bring that anxiety that you feel and put it on your kids. It's very easy because we're having the same concerns. Will they meet friends? Will they be able to make it through the school day? Will they get lost at their new school? So because as parents, we feel that, we then put it on our kids. And it's important how you talk about it with them. If you're talking about it from a place of anxiety versus a place of triumph, or you can conquer this, or this is new, but it'll be fun. If you're talking about it like that, they're going to model that, and they're going to take that on too.
So let me ask you this one last question before you get away, because I've learned that when you do too many things for your kids, one of the ways they build confidence is in doing things for themselves. Excuse me. How do you know when it's time to seek professional support?
Seek professional support. I think the best thing that you can do as a parent, you're supposed to be kind of a source of grounding for them, right? And a source of support. So the best things that you can do is just be there, listen to them, talk to them. Now, when that is not working anymore and you're still seeing an impairment in just the normal, regular day-to-day activities, that's when I would say it's time to reach out for some extra support.